Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, again about the university experience, how it's going. It's really amazing. So today we are with a very big person, yeah, at KIU University, Kansanga. Yeah, I'll let him introduce himself. Hello.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Aina Plan Major, the 21st Guild President, and I'm a law student. I'm happy that there are viewers and listeners who are viewing us and maybe listening to us.
Thank you. So today we are with the Guild President, the 21st Guild President at KIU. What an honor. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Our first question would be, how does it feel to be a Guild President for this big institution?
Well, it is a good and big opportunity, though you feel it, though it may be big when you're there. And I think the biggest thing is maybe what you learn from there, the experience there, what you also teach others. That's the general experience. But it is big to feel, of course, you're the first student. Among all the students here, you're considered as
right?
the first student. So it's a big opportunity, though it is good for the career development. You learn from it.
Yeah.
You learn a lot from it, then you also teach others what you learn. Then while you're there, you also cite out the people you can grow, especially in leadership. Then you get other opportunities alongside while in office, even outside the office.
Yeah.
Because while you're the guild president itself, it raises your status. While you're knocking any other door around the country, you say, I am this and this, I am the guild president, and they give you audience because they believe you hold a large constituency, you had very many students here.
Okay.
So it is a good opportunity.
That's awesome. It feels amazing, right?
Yes.
What other achievements you have, you as a person, like personally, you as the Guild President of KIU, the 21st to be, to be sure and to be named, yeah?
Yeah.
So what other achievements you have personally got out of it?
All right. I think personally, I have achieved a lot of things. I've been traveling here and there. I've attended different trainings about leadership, about financial literacy, and I used it as an opportunity. Recently, I launched my book, The Winds of Change, which I think it also added in something because when I became the guild president, my project kept growing up. I had launched it before earlier this year, but when I became the guild president, it gave me another audience that wherever I go, they address me as the author of The Winds of Change, and I get more of selling it to the my book.
Yeah.
And personally, of course, I've gotten connections, what they call connections.
I know, right?
Country, at least in my town, now I can go in big offices and they recognize me. They say, oh, this is the guild president of KIU. And they help me here and there, especially in building my career. And I think it is all one way or the other that personally it has taught me a lot, especially when you're a leader, you learn from experience.
Yeah.
You go off books, you go off what you've been seeing in books, and now you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
So the more you get problems while you're a leader, is the more you get to learn new things. So I've learned very many things, especially skills of leadership. It could be communication. Find they're calling you here, they're hosting me on TVs, they're hosting me on radio. So you learn a lot, skills of leadership and communication. Then you also learn that whenever you go somewhere, actually whenever you enter a house, you plan the exit. Whenever you have the entrance, then you plan the exit. So it has taught me a lot, especially on how I will learn how I will treat my life beyond academics, even after my term of office. So now I can be there and say I have projects maybe that I have started on personally that will help me while I am no longer the guild president, so that when I'm out of office, I do not go outside there and find another.
Maybe you're not recognized or something.
Exactly.
Yeah? So how do you manage to balance the books, keep up with the good grades? Because to be a good president, you have to be having, the good grades. How are you managing to balance the good grades, your curricular activities outside, writing the book, and then also studies?
Yes, of course, to be the guild one, actually the first qualification here at KIU, you must be a good performer. It's a qualification
Yeah.
constitutionally. There is a CGPA that you must raise beyond others. So it is also a challenge to maintain it or to go beyond it. However, I thank God I have managed to thrive through. I have not seen myself backsliding because of academic, because of leadership. And being a writer, I am a researcher.
Yeah.
So I take most of my time reading and making more research on what I can know better. And about what I write, because I write about society, what happens in the society.
Okay.
And actually, when you read The Winds of Change, you'll find there a chapter about the law and morality. So I am being a student of law, I make more research every other time. And whenever I get a free time, let it be evening or the weekend, I concentrate much on academics because I know I'm always having a busy schedule. There are times I even miss lectures. So when I get some little time, I concentrate knowing that I have not been maybe attending lectures, missing some of them because of official duties of the university.
Yeah.
So I concentrate much, and when I land on a book and it is my real time, I can even switch off my phone to make sure I concentrate. And maybe by God's grace, whenever I read, I can memorize quickly.
I think you're good. You're a good one, right?
I can't say I'm a good one, but by God's grace, I try. So
That
I've
is
managed at least to
awesome.
balance, and I
Yeah.
hope even in the upcoming semesters, I will continue with the pace.
I like the spirit, guys. What are the responsibilities of a guild president?
A guild president is a student like others.
Yeah.
But the while a guild president represents the concerns of the students. You go back to students, you get what hurts them or what they would wish would be the best to them, then you negotiate with management. So at one time, the guild president, you find you're part of management. Then you're also a student leader that you have to represent students' voices to the management. And then while you're also a member of the management, then Senate, the guild president sits on the Senate board, and you're a member, a full member of the university council. So it means you can represent students and also participate in crafting student-friendly policies, all forwarding them, all supporting them through moving the motion in Senate and Council because the guild president has voting rights on all those bodies. So one, it is you as the person to think of what could be better for the university, then to harness with the students on what they would think is the best. So you go back to them, you do consultations, you ask them what could be the best in this position. Without, of course, you have to recall that the university has the vision bearers. So you must make sure that what you're thinking or what you're presenting is in line with the values, the philosophy, and the mission of the vision bearers of the university. And you well know KIU is a private institution.
Yeah, that's
Of
true.
course, when you're a guild president of a private institution, it differs from being a guild president of a government institution. So you have to make sure that the policies you're fronting are friendly to the vision, mission, and the philosophy of the vision bearers of the university. Yeah.
What are your goals for the guild's future, like the guild office,
Yes.
and how are you planning to achieve them?
Right. What pushed me to contest for guild president, it wasn't just to sit in the office and feel I'm the guild president.
Yeah.
One, I was seeing the loopholes where I believed I would place some quiz to have them achieved. And me as a person, the most thing I'm focusing about is making sure that I front student-friendly policies. Because a policy is something that even the next generation can benefit from.
Yeah.
I know if I may bring here a seat and tomorrow it is removed. But if you create a policy that favors a student, that can favor a student from a humble background, one, it means you favor that student. Two, you have favored the incoming generations. That whoever person comes and is like you, or maybe less fortunate, can also benefit from your policy. Then also, I am having campaigns, which I can call campaigns on my table, symposiums, that can change the mindsets of the young people. You know, here in the country, the mindset is part of the growth of a young person. That a student can recognize that, oh, at my age, I don't need to be called a student only, but rather I can go outside and find something else to do alongside studies.
Yeah.
So those are my targets that I can personally influence the lives of the young people. I can touch on the lives of the young people. I can as well guide them, tell them, look on, you can survive without taking drugs because I believe these are things that will affect us even in the next generation.
Yeah.
One at our age, people may not see it as something big, but when you affect your life right now, then in the 60s and the 70s, it will affect you. It will ask you, you recall what you did when you were young. By that time, you will have no solution.
Yeah.
So it is part of my goals that I'm targeting that I can improve on the well-being of the students. At least I can push for different campaigns. I'm pushing for mental health. I'm pushing for very many anti-homosexuality campaigns because you believe these are things that do not only affect students here, but also the entire country that can change the lives of the young people. Because if I don't believe in people who give out fish, but rather I believe in the few people who teach people how to fish. Because if they give you fish today, tomorrow, trust me, you may not have what to eat.
Yeah, and you will not know how they got the fish. So
Exactly.
hunger will
But
kill
if they
you.
give you a spear and they take you to the lake, they tell you this is how they fish. Tomorrow, when they're not there, I believe you can get better out of that. And then you realize students here in the country, we are not on the same place. Here,
Yeah, that's
especially
true.
at KIU, we have international students. People come from different countries, they come here. Then we have those people who come from very deep areas, remote areas of the country. So you also need to be with them, make sure they have the best student experience. One, they're not segregated from the international students. Then the international students feel like they are part of Europe. So it is also one of my goals to unite all those people, make sure at least we speak the same voice, we interact with each other without saying this one is from Somalia, this one is from Nigeria, this one is from deep in Kigezi or in northern Uganda.
Yeah.
So it is also part of what I'm focusing about. And then to the students maybe who come from those local areas, I have prepared for them a trade bazaar. A trade bazaar is an experience and it is going to run for 2 weeks. Because I believe we live in an area, Kansanga, which is expensive.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
standards of living are high.
Yeah.
So I thought of it being good if I prepare for them a trade bazaar that a student with a small amount of money, small capital, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, can think of any business, come here and participate in that trade bazaar so that students can at least get something to feed for themselves without bothering more on the parents. Because you know, these students, some of them, the parents are hustle to get their tuition.
Yeah.
And again, when you come here, you find rent is high and you're their leader.
And you
also
have to
think
survive.
of how your people are surviving. Nonetheless, you will find when students are dropping out just because they do not have rent or they don't have ideas to begin on businesses. So I've prepared for them a trade bazaar. It will begin from 25th of this very month up to 6th of September. And at least every other student, because now we've learned to begin on the little we have. Joys, these little businesses of shoes, any business, any kind of business. And also, I thought of it on improving on their connection, especially on internships. So in the same trade bazaar, I have invited very many companies, a variety of companies, that a student can actually interact with a manager of a certain company and help them find their best prices when it comes to internship and looking for jobs after studying. So I am not only focusing on changing the university here, but I'm focusing on improving the students' experience and also looking on their future. What will they do after graduating from KI?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much I have focused on. Of course, I have other things, entertainment and whichever can also improve the life of a student without forgetting co-curricular activities like football, then debates. You recently saw we're opening up, launching a moot court,
Yeah.
which is going to help us, especially the law students, to experience what is actually the reality of the law than having it in theory.
For the meantime, you have been in the office, in the
Yes,
guild
please.
office, yeah?
Yes,
What's
please.
one of the challenging cases you have worked on from the student side?
KIU has no many of student cases, so maybe what I can call a challenge are maybe a few of the policies. Because when you're the voice of the students, they believe that you are able to solve almost everything.
Yeah.
And
You're the god of
when you
students.
become the guild president,
Yeah.
you learn your jurisdiction, what we call the jurisdiction, your limits. You find there are some policies which may not be favoring students. I can say maybe like such as well, no, they're not favoring students, but again, you are not in a position to
Yeah.
solve
To
them
solve something.
because
Yeah.
financial related policies are not always tackled, especially not in private institutions. You find you're not in position to solve them. And such policies, one, you found them there in existence. So it's hard for you to rubbish them out. So it's also a challenge that what students expect from you, you may not be in position to fully do it for them because you are not in the capacity to do it. Even in management, you find they are also not in capacity to do it. Sometimes it becomes a challenge, and maybe students are waiting for you to say, "Oh, now we have solved this." Though I am trying my best, especially in those policies,
Yeah.
to front them and at least say, even if I failed, but I reached my full capacity in trying to solve them.
Yeah. So we are sure you have some guild MPs you had,
Yes,
senators
please.
in your office.
Yes, please.
So, and in a group of people, there is always that someone who is sabotaging the decision that
Yes,
people do
yes,
make. Yeah.
yes, yes.
So, in the time you have been in office, we know they say experience is the best teacher. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, in the time you have been in office, how do you manage, like when you get on the disagreement side with your guild MPs or senators, how do you handle those conflicts so that you can
Uh,
come out with one voice to the
Of
students?
course, I had a big delegation of student leaders, including my cabinet ministers,
Yeah.
the MPs, and association leaders. All of them, every other student falls under the leadership of the guild president. So at times you find maybe you have, as you said, you have those MPs. Maybe some of them were in your favor, others are cheered by others to sabotage what you do.
Yeah.
But I thank God, at least, though they are there, of course. In any government, there must be that part of opposition.
Yeah.
But I thank God I have a majority who believe in me and who wish the university to prosper.
Yeah.
At least whenever I bring up a policy, I see people coming on board to support my policy, though the few may not be in favor of it, but as long as it is to the interest of the students, then we push it as far as we can. Yeah.
So, back to that point, yeah? Or
Yeah.
even in the guild office and then back to the student society. Okay, as a guild office, all at big, what are some of the challenges you have faced?
The challenges, that could be one of them. Go for it. At times, especially to my cabinet ministers, we only disagree to agree. Yeah, we do not disagree forever. We disagree, but we come to a common goal and we say, no, let's go on with it. Then to the students, of course, there are those the few who are always planted, maybe to spoil what you're planning to achieve.
Yeah.
But we have learned because before coming into leadership, I attended different courses of leadership, including the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi. So you learn that whenever you have people fighting you, do not focus on them. Focus on your goals, focus on your objectives. Just don't give them time. Then social media, you learn maybe some others want to use social media to sabotage what you're planning. Just ignore them and continue. Actually, at times when they fail, they also join.
Yeah.
They join you. So I can actually push it to other leaders outside there who could be viewing. Whenever you're a leader, don't give much time to the haters, the people who are opposing you. Know. Pick what is useful because there is also positive opposition.
Yeah.
If you find there is a good policy they are pushing for, then also push for it. But as long as it's negative, don't give them time.
Yeah.
Leave them there. They will maybe make noise. When they get help, they will just leave. As long as they cannot subject your leadership, your tenure.
I can't lie.
Yes.
I'm motivated and I have learned to keep being, focused, yeah?
Yes.
You are some of the students we do look up to.
Actually, I was reading somewhere,
Mm-hmm,
and one writer said, whenever you're on a journey, do not focus on the barking dogs. Whenever a dog barks, don't even turn back to throw a stone. It will take your time.
Yeah.
Just continue. Those are just barking dogs along the way. Continue and
Yeah.
move on.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then what's one thing that keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? I have the people I know control. I have seen people lead, so I say, oh, now if this person made it in life,
Yeah.
I keep motivated. And I also, being an author, I always find much history about the leaders of the country. I see how leaders were fighting, others were arrested for very many years, but they kept focused
Yeah.
on what they could achieve. I can give an example of Nelson Mandela. He was one of the few Pan-Africanists who died and who maybe were arrested for very many years, but they kept focused. So whenever I'm reading up to on them, on what they did, I keep like, oh wow, if these people passed through this by then, we did not have this technology we have.
Yeah.
What about me? It motivates me. I say, oh wow, if Nelson Mandela had no these modern computers, and maybe me in my office I have one.
But
Why
their
don't I
voice
research?
was still held
Yes,
out.
it would take a lot for them to communicate to the whole world. But now we use social media. It's one call away. On WhatsApp, we communicate with people in the US.
Yeah.
And then I don't, in my life, I've been an advocate of Pan Africanism. So I keep motivated in that way that, oh, I can actually do better than I can now. Then I also see people from humble backgrounds, from deep, they have also made it. At times I'm good at watching films. I used to see the film of the 27 guns, how the President 27, how he was struggling without guns, but he still struggled
it.
until he made it. So I get motivated that at one time I can also be a great person than I am now.
Yeah.
And I am prayerful. I was born from a prayerful family. I'm a Protestant. I'm an Anglican.
Wow.
So I pray to God. I believe that God can change the situation. There is no permanent situation.
Yeah. What are some of the things you have learned now as a law student and as a guild president that put something, that have an influence to your career in the future?
Okay, one, I have one time management is what I have mastered, that I have to manage time. Then I have also learned that in life, be up to change, embrace change. Whichever thing comes. If now they call me and they tell me you need it here, I don't need to negotiate. As long as it can help me, I just go there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm not so much stringent on the road because I'm a law student. No. If I see where there is business, I go there.
You'll be there.
If I find where there is something that can help me, that can uplift me, I am there. I'm present. Call me, tell me here, there is something we are innovating.
Yeah.
I am present. And I think it has helped me because most of the times whenever people call me, I respond quickly. They tell me you have a show. I'm always maybe on Civic Space TV, MPD TV, but whenever they call me, and I find maybe I had a discussion, I might choose the other one because I am going to maybe inspire and maybe have an impact on the country.
Yeah.
I am mobile. I can quickly switch to other programs as long as they can help me or help KIU or help the country. So I have learned that in life, I have to embrace change at any other time.
Yeah.
And also mindset. The mindset should change quickly. You know, we still have people in the society who are more stringent on traditions, customs. No. This we are in the modern era. And in life, you just learn to change towards maybe the winds, as I wrote it in the winds of change in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we conclude,
Yes, please.
we get to understand it's time for another semester to begin
Yes,
in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, please.
As the trade buzzer will be starting too. What's the date for the
It
trade
is
buzzer?
25th of this very month, August,
Okay.
up to 6th of September.
Okay. We also have students that are falling into the KIU community,
Yes,
the so-called freshers,
Yes,
the one we do call freshers.
Yes, the new
So,
students.
yeah, the new students around campus, yeah.
Yes, please.
So, what are some of the words you could send to the freshers that have already chose KIU as their university?
Wow, I know thousands of freshers are preparing to come in on the 24th
Yeah.
of this very month. I was actually once also a fresher.
Yeah.
I think I was a good fresher.
Yeah.
I actually contested for chief fresher in my year.
Oh.
Yes.
So it has been your leadership thing, yeah?
Yes, I've been a leader, maybe because I joined KU. So what I can tell the freshers, one, they are coming from different areas.
Yeah.
Some are coming from villages, some are town-born students from
Yeah.
but what I can tell them is that now the level is going to change. And especially, they are maybe graduating from secondary to campus life.
Yeah.
One, they should not be intimidated. You know, the result is that they tell you, oh, you're going to campus, you're going to learn how to sleep hungry. No, they shouldn't be intimidated by any situation. They
Yeah.
can handle. But also, when they reach at campus, I advise them to look for different authorities, maybe
Yeah.
in leadership, so that when they get a problem, they have where to run to.
Yeah.
And dear freshers, one of them could be seeing me. Whenever you're at campus and you get a problem, do not try to solve the problem yourself. At least reach out to people. We have an office of guidance, counseling.
Yeah.
My offices are ever open. At least I have a big cabinet of ministers. If I am not there, they're always there. Whichever problem you get, come to us. Even if actually you're sleeping hungry, do not die. Just come to us and tell me, Your Excellency, I've spent 2 days without eating. I'm a person, I understand.
Yeah.
It's what I did in my year one. I recall I looked for the deputy president. But then His Excellency Agaba Godfrey.
Yeah.
He became my friend. I think it's part of my journey to become the deputy president. I introduced myself to him. I said, my name is a plan major and I am a fresher. He said, oh, you're a fresher? So actually, you're a good fresher.
So you have always been a voice.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I began with him slowly. He told me what to do. You're now at campus. At times you may pass and you feel like you're not fitting well in the university. One, the dress code, you're seeing the life of others is not like what you live in. And then do not try to match the standards where you are not.
Yeah.
It's a big challenge in universities in the country. You find that whenever people go to campus, they say girls, especially girls, because they have seen their fellows having expensive hair, they have printed expensive hairstyles, they are putting on expensive suits, they are putting on expensive garments, and they also try to catch up to that speed. But just remain cool, down to earth. If you're from maybe Captura, just leave. Come as you are. You came to study. You did not come to show up in Kampala because that you can put on an expensive shoe when you do not have it. You will go to steal because you want to look like others.
Exactly.
Just maintain the pace. Slowly, then you will catch up. You learn. And I will have the orientation, of course. We shall tell them on how to live at campus and how to make sure they have the best experience. Yeah, but we are waiting for them. We have many packages for them. I have prepared for them a football tournament to unite them. While I talk to them, show them that actually you can be on the same pace. People from Nigeria, people from Kenya, Tanzania, we are all Africans. Even people from Europe and everywhere, because KIU attracts a large variety from the world. So I have prepared for them different games, different things, then symposiums, talk to them, and actually affirm to them that they can be better than us.
As we conclude,
Yes.
your last few words to the viewers, especially are your students or even students to some other universities or educational institutes
Yeah.
who are going into their next semester.
My last words today, I want to cast venerations to the people who voted for me. I always thank them tirelessly because they are a reason to why I am. So whenever I get this opportunity, I throw my thanks to them. And I also want to encourage them that we can actually be better than we are now.
Yeah.
It goes out to all the young people, all the youth, especially now we are in political season, those who can run for those positions. I believe there is a difference between ideology and biology. We are not young to manage leadership. So as long as we have the right ideology, let's push on and we also participate in governing the country and taking up leadership roles in the country. And then also let's get away from things that can divert us along the way, especially drugs, taking much of alcohol. if you feel you must, if you feel you must, one is enough for you. Don't take two. That's if you feel you
It's
must,
not much.
one is enough for you. But let's get away totally from drugs because you realize at times even if they jumpstart you, you've reached on a situation where, of course, you cannot come back to normal.
Yeah.
Then at homosexuality, I say kindly say no to people. Those vices that are brought by maybe outside, they are directed to us. Why not to them? Let's say no to them.
Yeah.
At least we'll also believe in God. You know, believing in God, whichever religion you come from, just believe in God.
Yeah. So, guys, today we were with Guild President KIO, to be specific, the 21st century Guild President, and those were his words to all the students, to all the students going for their semester. I wish, or I hope, someone picked something. As they say, if you can't pick a leaf, pick a knife. Thank you, guys. That was the end of the Guild's President interview. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share the link. Thank you.